Broadcast today. This is Reverend Dr. DeVitters. Welcome you to. Well, thank you very much, everyone. I have to act like I'm in a real big audience, right? I got the applause going on. So, hi, everyone, and thank you for tuning in. The applause thing, I'm preparing a classifium .com TV show featuring classified ads on Classiforum. So I thought it a little nice thing, just to liven things up because I'm pretty, boring. Otherwise, uh, unless you're brainy like I am, and so you can sit and be still and listen and gain something from it. So I put the applause in to make it more like, I guess, palatable. I think it's a psychological thing that I'm trying to do or accomplish with that more than anything else. So what we're going to do today, we're discussing Bitcoin. This program today, this show, is particularly well suited for anyone who is either in Bitcoin already, at some degree. Maybe you don't have at least one full Bitcoin yet, but you have some money invested, or even you have a lot of money invested. It would be good for you to watch this. But also very particular for those who like you're waiting like for that tax money to come in, or for whatever Christmas money or something to happen where you can start getting into Bitcoin. You figure, man, I missed it. I didn't have money back when, and this thing, I'm pretty sure it's going to go up and stuff like that. So I want to get in. I think it's better to be in than not be in. What this is for you, this program. And if you're into any other crypto, there's a lot of people out there in XRP and stuff like that. What I'm going to talk about today, it's going to be very hard hitting for a lot of you. But if you are honest with yourself, you're going to realize that what I say makes a lot of sense. And so why don't we just go into it? Let's first consider what is, and forgive any technical issues. I see that one of the channels is having a technical issue. I'm sorry. But and anything else happens, I'm still haven't gotten everything up to par. That needs to be. This all takes a lot of time. So a lot of things that we're working on, and still more to come. So it's just ridiculous. I guess it'll figure itself out later. Let's get into the screen and let's see what the market is doing right now. I have to do this switcheroo thingy just to clear up the camera shots and whatnot, so we can have our camera shot still on screen. Okay, so at this moment, we see Bitcoin is at about 9,183 with 38 cents. Its change within the last 24 hours has been downward to a 0.37%. And XRP again going down again to 29. It was 30. I think it went up to 31 at some time. But it's going down. It's gone down 0.43%. And basically everything is like manner. Litecoin though showing some increase to 22% at 58.62. Let's see other things that you see them. You can always check your coin on coin market cap or any other coin pricing that you refer to. I've already seen some YouTubers start the panic button going, saying that, oh, are we going down again, and all of this. As those of you who know me, who have been listening to me for quite some time, know in my crypto programs that I have already said that Bitcoin was going to go down, what most people would call a crash. And I said that it would go down significantly, not once, but twice at minimum. And it has already gone down once. I still believe that Bitcoin will go down hard again, and probably harder than the first time, which places Bitcoin going down to 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, very possible, even 2. I cannot not think that that is not possible. What I'm going to tell you is the main truths about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency in general. What you're going to hear now is just a reality check on what really is Bitcoin and what real opportunity Bitcoin is representing to us at the moment, and probably for a long time before it isn't that. And I say this, that Bitcoin is mostly a speculative thing. It's the only coin that is the king of speculation. Okay, there are other coins out there, cryptocurrency coins, that want to be speculative, but they don't have a right to be. I mean, how much speculation can we have in this very speculative market of cryptocurrency? I mean, it's not the stock market after all. It isn't. The coin market is more speculative than the stock market is at this point. And but they want to shape it just like a stock market, and they're expecting that you and me, or you and I, should approach it like the stock market. You do have the analysts out there showing the charts and all that, and trying to use stock market terminology and analysis on cryptocurrency and Bitcoin. And the problem is that the crypto market is highly speculative. This very little value, true value, is in that market or in any coin out there. So if you're looking for something more stable or predictable for your cryptocurrencies, I mean, you're not going to find that very easily, simply because the coin business or the market is not a stable one to begin with. It's highly speculative. So it is speculation. And the market is really only supportive at this point of one coin in the speculative space. And that coin is called Bitcoin. Okay, let me make a camera adjustment here. Bitcoin is uh, uh, the only coin, cryptocurrency out there with a right to be speculative. Period. And it's the only coin that you should think of as a speculative investment. When you're putting into it, you're expecting speculation to be the catalyst of any increases in the future. So that's what you have to understand. You're looking at speculation. There's not value. You can't look at Bitcoin and see value. I mean, what is the value? What does Bitcoin do? Again, it's not being used as a currency. It's not a method of transaction, really, to any great degree. And even if it were, it's still, why? What does that mean? You have to understand what transaction means. A lot of people are looking at Bitcoin or cryptocurrency and they're saying this is going to be a mode of transaction. So that means that this is going to rise in value and it may come to be $1 million. This is the hype you start hearing all these guys mention in their YouTube videos and all that. But realize something, the penny, the US penny, is used in transactions all over the world. It does not increase in value, okay? So just because everybody uses pennies and 10 pennies equals 10 cents, and 10 cents or dimes equals $1, it doesn't mean that the dollar and that the 10 cents and that the penny increases in value. Where did you figure out that just because people adopt the Bitcoin as a transactional medium, where does it fit that now it becomes $1 million? From what example? Where did you get that from? And it's laughable more even for the other coins like XRP, to mention one, where I mean, oh, all the banks are going to adopt it. This thing, that thing. Right now, for example, MoneyGram. I think was it Mon they got into a deal with MoneyGram or MoneyGram joined them, something like that. And so now most of the MoneyGram international transactions, money being sent, is using XRP, right? So it's using that XRP from the company called Ripple, what a lot of people know as Ripple. And I was just a few days, I've been going to my Walmart. I've been putting in some money into a PayPal prepaid card. And I notice on the signage at the Walmart that Walmart uses MoneyGram to do Walmart worldwide. So you can send money worldwide using Walmart, and Walmart using MoneyGram, and of course, MoneyGram using XRP. So, like I said, before that, people not thinking. Before that, MoneyGram and I guess was that it, Western Union, they were sending money everywhere, and US dollars. So where is the increase in the dollar? Because people were sending hundreds of dollars, thousands of dollars, millions of dollars overseas, back and forth, people sending Western Union, MoneyGram, what have you, money orders. Where was the money, the currency, the coins and the dollar bills, where were they increasing in value because everybody was sending money here and there? It doesn't. But yet, this is one of the main high points that the XRPers, at least the XRPers, use to say, hey, XRP is going to grow. XRP is going to go to the moon. Based on what? Usage? That whole concept of people using a coin, and because people use a coin, it's going to rise in value. Why? We've been using real money. It doesn't raise in value. Matter of fact, let's go worse than that. Let's give a little more good example. People use gold. You can use gold. And just because you use gold and you give somebody gold for some car or whatnot, and they give you change in gold flake or gold dust, does not make the price of gold increase. So it's like ridiculous. Gold has been a standard for many years. It didn't go into the skyrocket into the sky. You know, gold never became $1 million per ounce, and yet gold is like the standard, right? How do you get from gold being the standard it is, being the long standing symbol of value and wealth in the world? Where do you get from that to this fake, invisible coin becoming a big money, value just because banks or people start using it? Because it doesn't matter. XRP is one of the biggest examples I use because XRP, it doesn't matter how much money they transfer. Let's just make a simple example from here to Mexico. If they transfer $10 billion between here and Mexico and they use XRP, what does that matter to the price of XRP? XRP is only used as a bridge, a medium. So all they're doing is buying a couple of million or $1 billion worth of XRP, and they send it to the bank in Mexico, and the bank in Mexico gets the XRP and changes it into pesos, Mexican dollars, and it completes the transaction. So how does that make the coin? It was just used to transfer money. How does it make that coin worth anything more? I mean, aren't we still dealing with like money? Isn't that the point? The money? How then does the coin become worth more than the money that's being transferred across the border? Where does that come into the brain of anyone thinking here? So again, the only speculative coin really is Bitcoin. Bitcoin is totally speculation. And not to say that it won't be $1 million one day. I'm not saying that. It could very well be that people are just crazy enough to make it happen. It could happen because of speculation. But don't the other coins don't have a chance at speculation. Not like that. Not like Bitcoin has it. Okay? That's why you see when you saw the numbers that Bitcoin is 9,000 a coin, okay? Speculation. Now, let's deal with the facts now. The first thing I want to talk about was if it. Think about this for a second. How high do you think that Bitcoin will be? Can get to? Just for speculation, because no one's saying how Bitcoin can be used, how it's going to change the world, or anything. Right now, Bitcoin is just simply speculative. Until we get some news that because I believe in the blockchain. The blockchain, yes. The blockchain is going to be a catalyst of a lot of new technologies in the future going forward. But how does that make Bitcoin worth anything else? It's still speculative. But in either case, it doesn't matter. Bitcoin doesn't need to be anything else. It's the point that I'm trying to make. Bitcoin is already set. It is a coin of speculation, and people's speculation about future potentials will drive this coin's value, perceived value, into the stratosphere. The question, though, is by how much and when. You see that? And when. Okay. So think about this for a moment. People are paying, right now, there's people buying Bitcoin for $9,000. Okay, so if you have to admit, somebody's buying it for nine. And a few months ago, or whenever it was, they were buying it for 14,000, and for a moment, some genius out there brought it for like what was it, 18,000, 19,000, or something like that. For an instant, there was an instant brain freeze out there, and someone actually paid 18, 19, or 17 something. They were paying all that amount of money for this coin that today and for many days and weeks has been dancing around 9, 8, 7, you know, trying to get back up to 10. It did 10, I think, a little bit, 11, and then went back down to 7. Okay, so or 8. So this is the way Bitcoin is behaving. Highly speculative. It's shocking that the people paying 8 for it. Really shocking, but they are. Somebody is. And we've done videos on this before describing the reason that's behind all of this up and down. Because somebody or a few people with money, they are playing a game. And that game is making a cool million every week. How do you make a cool million every week? Well, simply you fool around with Bitcoin. So they have money to put into Bitcoin, so they get a few hundred Bitcoins, let's say. A few hundred Bitcoin, they start off with $1 million. $1 million worth of Bitcoin. Even if they started now, they can make millions of dollars every week. Simply, they get they get 100 Bitcoin, that's $918,000. So they buy that, 100 Bitcoin. And all they have to make it do is to go up a few $1,000s. See? So they have the amount of ability to play with the price of Bitcoin by purchasing and going up high, 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 and then selling. See, so, and when it goes down, what's happened, they've already brought. See, these guys from the last time, let me show you the chart so you can see what is the game that's being done, so you guys can learn something and not be fooled. This is the bottom screen here. Okay. So let me just get the camera working up here for you guys. Alrighty. So you can see the game. Now, let's look at this 3 months. Okay. So this is the game that's happening. You see here when it went down, you have it going down to 9,448. Okay, here it dropped down to 8,000. We had a time where it was 7,000, right? 7,000, and really down here to 7,004, 7,005. You saw that? And then it jumps up to 9,822 from 7,000. So that's $2,300 per Bitcoin. Okay? $2,300 per Bitcoin. And you get 100 Bitcoin where I'm sorry, let me fix that. Times, where are you? What is this? Times 100. And that guy there made $230,000 just that day, just that moment, on his Bitcoin that he bought and just recently. And this thing goes up and down. Normally here you see it is 9,129.8. So you're looking at $600, $700 in relative hours. Let me give you the 7-day here so that you can see also this came up from the 7,000 here. So right here, this guy cleared 230,000, assuming he only had 100. These guys have more than 100. They have 1,000. Okay, so if he did 1,000, if he had 1,000 Bitcoin, he can make easily $1 million, either 2 million when that happened. So if the guy who had 1,000 Bitcoin made $2 million when this happened within this past week. The guy who had 100 Bitcoin, he made 230,000. Okay, so with 230,000 now, when Bitcoin goes down, because it'll go down again, there's no doubt of that. It has to go down because they have to keep making money, and that's all they're waiting for right now. When it goes down again, then they will start buying. They'll start buying when it goes down to 8.86. They'll start buying. And definitely, the more further it goes down, the more Bitcoin they will buy. They will start buying Bitcoin and everyone will start selling to them, obviously, because everyone starts getting scared. And when everybody starts getting scared, then they begin to start buying. because they're playing the game. The guys who don't know what game is being played are y'all. It's a small time investor who only has a Bitcoin or two, who are scared of losing their whatever, their few $1,000s that they brought their Bitcoin at. Some have gotten the Bitcoin when it was very cheap or were gifted the Bitcoin, so they're staying away from this whole mess right now and holding, just simply holding. Some of the more savvy guys, you're selling as it goes up and down. You're doing that to a smaller degree, and you're a little more smarter than the ones just holding it. But in the this market is being run by big time Bitcoin buyers and sellers, and that's all that's going on here. You're looking at institutional purchases of Bitcoin and all that. Um, if they're doing that, they're doing it on speculation, knowing that the speculative environment is conducive to having higher Bitcoin prices. But right now, there's no reason. Not that it needs reasons, but I'm saying that reasonably, there is no reason for it to go any higher. If anything, it should tend to go down. And this is why I'm making that prognostication that it's going to hit down very hard. And when it does, though, and I'm not telling anyone, I'm not giving anyone any financial advice, by the way. No, it's a total disclaimer. You do what you're going to do and what you want to do. But in any case, when it goes down and crashes down, that would be the time to get into Bitcoin as much as you can, because it may be the last chance you have in getting into Bitcoin at a low price. Okay, so that's the first thing I want to get out there. You see Bitcoin, again, you do what you want to do. I'm not giving financial advice, but if you see Bitcoin going down the tube, that's the hint for you to jump in. Because what we do know, if anything, we can't say that Bitcoin, I'll make $1 million, it's going to become $1 million and all that. But we can say that Bitcoin, and I'll show you this because you got to see it for yourself. What we can say safely is that, and this is not switching, one moment please. And we don't have the bottom scene there. I'm sorry, one moment. How do I get that bottom scene to come up here? One moment. Yeah, we have some issues on the other stream here. One moment. Oh my. Yeah, that's not showing. Qué pena, oye, qué pena. Okay. It looks like it's a memory issue, I think, at this point. All right. Well, anyway, I got to keep going. I can't stop. So what we'll do for you guys there is that you get to see my beautiful face. So in any case, if you can, see, so it's like lethargic with that. Okay, and we'll try one more and see if we can get the bottom onto it. And this will be the absolute last time. Of course, it's not working. So we'll leave it like that, folks. We'll just leave it like that. Okay, so what we can say, though, and I'm sorry about that, I was trying to make things work here. is that it will go up. You guys on, I guess, what was that, YouTube and other, not YouTube. YouTube actually can't see it, but everywhere else on the network, you can see here that it almost hit 20,000. Now, what we can say and what can be said is that just like it almost went up to 20,000, and here I have 18,737. What we can say is that just like somebody was buying Bitcoin at 18,737 back in September, October, what was that? Sometime in 2017, we can say that Bitcoin can return to that high. Absolutely, there's nothing stopping Bitcoin from returning to that high, because why? Because of the speculation. The bad thing about Bitcoin is also the good thing about Bitcoin, in the sense that the same reason Bitcoin can crash down to 2,000 is the same reason it could explode to 20 and beyond. So that's also true. So that's the one thing that can be said. If Bitcoin goes down and crashes down, I mean, everyone's talking about Bitcoin. Most people are trying to get into Bitcoin that weren't in it and blah, blah, blah. The moment that this thing is going down, then it's time to get in. And absolutely, if it goes down even more, whatever else you have that you can muster that investing that is separate for investing, you shouldn't gamble your whole life or put anything like that into a risk, obviously. But if you have money put away that you want to put in, you've already separated it using your mind and brain and say, I can do away with this and risk this, then that'll be absolutely the time to buy in, knowing that it could return to the 20,000 at any time in the future. Okay, so what I'm going to show you now, I really wish I could get you guys watching this. So let me try. Let me try here. Let me try once again for our YouTubers, our YouTube audience. Let me try to um, get something working for you here. Let me see if I can do this. Okay, I did it by just faking that I'm going to add something. So out of jealousy, now you can watch it. I was going to add um, another display for you, and then all of a sudden the original one starts working. Yeah, I know how it is. It can be very difficult at times. All right, so what I'm going to show you now we have the other issue. If this will show up, yes, it does. Very good. So this is a spreadsheet I put together. And what we're going to show you with this is potentials that you really need to look into. I call this Bitcoin crypto analysis. And what we're assuming here in this analysis, this is just an analysis just to give us some idea if Bitcoin or any other cryptocurrency is something that we should look into as a possible investment vehicle. And we're assuming with this example an eventual Bitcoin pump to $50,000. Okay, and I put this as December 2020. I don't think it'll go up there this year, but there is potential for it to go up and be higher than it is today. I'm just using 50,000 as an incredible height for December 2020. And it's not based on any other indicators or anything. It's just an arbitrary, random, somewhat random choice. Okay, it's not based on anything for you to make any type of investment decision on. I need an example. So it's not $1 million. It's not 100,000. 50,000 is comparable to Bitcoin when it first came out, and then it reached 20,000. Okay, at one time Bitcoin was dust. It was 0.001 or 0.0001, and then it hit 20,000. So hey, if it hit 20,000 2 years ago, it can go up to another 20 and another 10 to be 50,000, given I guess another year. But it's arbitrary. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm just saying it may happen. It may eventually happen. It may not be this year, may not be next year, as I'm putting it as part of this analysis. It may take 5, 10 years, but it is possible that it can happen eventually. And I'm also putting here an investment amount of $100, because this is done to as an example. If you don't have a lot of money to invest, how could you still get involved with Bitcoin, right? So this is what I'm analyzing. So at one Bitcoin, your invested budget is $100. At today's price of around $9,000, I put, and a target price of $50,000, and by December 2020, the increase would be a multiple of 6. So what does that mean? It means that whatever money you put in, even the $100, for example, even if it's not one whole Bitcoin, and to invest in Bitcoin, you don't need to buy a whole Bitcoin. You can buy Satoshis. Satoshis are like pennies for $1, right? So you can buy whatever Satoshis $100 will get you. Okay, so then you buy that, and December 2020 comes, and it goes up to 50,000. Your investment of $100 would have increased 6 times, and so what you're looking at is $600 for investing in Bitcoin now at $100. So you have to wait a whole year. It may not happen at all, and if it does, even if it took 5 years to happen or 10 years to happen, that is the increase from 100 to $600 that you would see by investing in Bitcoin. See, the what this exercise does is that it brings it down a little bit to more real potentials. We're not talking about $1 million. Hey, you're gonna be a millionaire, this and that. Everybody's huffing and puffing to make one Bitcoin, to have one Bitcoin. Some of you guys got 5, 10 Bitcoin, whatever. People really making efforts to get that Bitcoin, right? Because they're looking at the price of Bitcoin as being their return on investment. So they want Bitcoin to go up based on that they have a Bitcoin, and at least one Bitcoin. So you want that to go up to $1 million. I want my Bitcoin to go up to $1 million. It's a natural thing. It's something we see in real estate all the time also, that people who own homes, they want to have, even property, raw land, they want that property to bring back a certain amount of money. So they're forcing it by selling at a higher price, a high price. And there's people who buy it. I don't know why, but people buy it. Amazingly. So, but in any case, here it goes. If you can only afford 100, and you invest 100 into this Bitcoin, and this happens by some miraculous speculative event, you have your $600. Is it worth it? I think some people will say yes because they frankly have no other way to turn $100 into 600. And the truth is, there are many ways to turn $100 into $600, and it won't take that long to do it. But not everyone can think of things and are crafty enough to make it happen for themselves. So putting it into something as speculative like Bitcoin and sitting around waiting for it to explode, I mean, it's I guess all they have. I'm fortunate. I'm looking at a lot of the niche, the market, and sometimes and I look very with some what do you call it, compassion and sympathy, because I realize, these people have no other way of making money, because that's the only thing that we can look at this and explain this. Why are so many people waiting for Bitcoin or any other crypto to explode? I mean, can't you guys make money any other way? Have more control over it and really do something, really control how much money you make? Is for me as an entrepreneur, I make my money. I have control over that, so it is not, I'm not depending on other people's speculation. Then you have all these other guys on YouTube, doing videos, and they say, "Oh, the price is going skyrocket. Look, this bank is now adopting this coin. Hey, look, all we need is some mass adoption, like what, the U.S. dollar maybe, and then it will go in price. It will become $1 million. Hey, look, there's more capitalization in the market. That means this is going to go up." See, you get all of these comments and this analysis, um, and the only point to it is not educational. It's not educational. It hovers on inspirational, and mostly it's hype. So get you guys excited about you're in this. Hey, we're in this. Hey, listen, this is gonna go up. Have faith. These are like preachers. I should know. I'm a preacher myself. And it's preaching that Jesus is coming. We just have to wait. Jesus is coming soon. These guys are preaching that Bitcoin is going to be $1 million. So we have to hold it. We have to hold on. We have to be patient. Oh my goodness, it's going down, but don't lose the faith, brethren. Don't lose the faith. Hold on to your crypto. Hold on to that holy crypto. The promise is there. I can see it now. It's going to, you see. See, oh my goodness, I can hype up a coin better than most, because that's what it is. It's how you have to understand, folks. You really have to look at things, separate yourself, and get away from the BS and start looking at things, the numbers. Let's look at the numbers. For most of you, you lost out on Bitcoin, period. The time to get into Bitcoin was when it was 0.007, like this, like the Digibyte right now, at 0.007. When Bitcoin was 0.007, and you could have bought about 10,000 of Bitcoin for less than $1,000, or even less than $100 for that matter, that was the time to get in. Okay, it's not now. Now the best you can do with your $100 is to hopefully see it to go up to 600. But personally, there's things you can do with the 100 and turn it into 6,000 or more, way before Bitcoin will ever reach $50,000. So then, I mean, that's for me. I can do that because I know. Yeah, yes, I understand when you don't know that is a far-fetched alternative, and that's won't be an option for you. So this is all you have. So this is what I'm looking at. This is what I'm saying. I can see it, and I feel for the market. That's what it is. Now let me give you an example I have a few projects. If you didn't guess by now, I have a few projects I'm using to juxtapose with this limited budget in Bitcoin. And this doesn't matter. You can have $1,000 invested. You can have $10,000 invested in Bitcoin. It's still you'll still in December 2020. In this example, obviously, don't lose the fact this is just an example. It's random. It goes up to 50,000. It's still a rise of 6 times. That's it. Like I said again, you could have used that money in different ways and made more. But again, like I said, if you don't know how, then Bitcoin looks good. It looks good if the speculation holds up, right? It doesn't look good if the speculation falls apart. Okay, now, and there's certain scenarios where Bitcoin, the speculative sustenance of Bitcoin can fall apart completely and not be able to restore itself. So you have to understand that's always a possibility. All right. However, me turning $100 into 6,000 and 60,000 is not. See, because once you know how to make $100 into 600 and 6,000 and do that over and over again, you don't need Bitcoin. See, that's the fact. So that's where the difference comes into play. So it doesn't matter what happens to Bitcoin, really. The question is, what is the smartest thing for you to do with your money? So here it goes. I have in one of my programs, you invest $25. And when I say invest, it's not an investment. It's simply that's a membership due. $25 per week. It's a membership due. It's one of the clubs that I run. You join that, and in the club, um, you put that in. I'm sorry. Let me see. This one is. This one is okay. I'm sorry. I said that before time. This is not the club membership. This is just putting $25 a week away. Now, if you put $25 a week away, then, and let's say you have put it into Bitcoin, this one's putting it into Bitcoin, the $25 per week would result in a $1,200 investment, right? That is $100 per month after a year. You can buy every month $100 worth of Bitcoin, and of course it's not going to stay at the same price. It'll be going up and down, blah blah blah. But you continue to purchase Bitcoin simply by dedicating $25 every week of your paycheck to a purchase of Bitcoin. And by the end of the year, you should have purchased $1,200 worth at differing prices. Again, irregardless of the price, you may want to hold it till the price goes down a bit every month and then do the purchase. That again, the smarter you are, the more money you'll make. This is a simple rule. If you did it like a dummy, because by the way, we're going to start a new channel on YouTube called Crypto for Dummies. You just do it automatically, $25, regardless of what the price is. You just put it in, it's simple, that's it, and just every week and just let it ride. So that'll mean that you have invested $1,200 and it average out whatnot, because these numbers are not real numbers, they're just whatever it is. So 9,000 right now is 9,100. See, so already these numbers are off, right? So it's a little higher. Tomorrow and or in a few days could be lower. And so you can be buying more with your $25 than less, right? So in any case, let's just say $1,200 at the end of the year, assuming an approximation and an average pricing. The target price goes up around 50,000 by December 2020, and that's a rise of a 6 multiple. And then now doing it this way, you have made $7,200. You have made that 1,200 and turn into 7,200. So that would be the return if you sold, assuming you sold it at that 50,000 high at that time. And that's the amount of money you would be looking at. Again, $7,000. I mean, with 1,100, I could have made 6,000 myself, in a short amount of time, and done it again and again. I could have made it a few times, $6,000 over and over and over again, and you're only making 7,200 sitting on your butt for the year. Okay, you just telling you the way it is. Now we talk about the club that I have. In that club, you then would it's the same $25 a week, by the way. It doesn't change. So for the same $25 a week that made you, in this example, $7,200 with Bitcoin going up to 50,000. And by joining my club, instead of just doing your own investing, you would come out with $4,600 at the end of the year. Not a big thing, but it is. But again, look how the difference is. $4,600, and then in the same scenario, invested in Bitcoin, you would have had 27,600, because of course you would have at that moment just about half of a Bitcoin, right? Because 4,600 is half of 7,000. I'm sorry, is half of $9,200, which would be double, right? So you just about have half a Bitcoin there. And so you would have, when everyone else has only $600 for sitting on their butt, with only $100 they invested, you would have $27,000. Again, not a lot of money, but it's not nothing. And from 4,600, which by the way isn't your money. This is the thing you have to look at. This is a return of investment on this. Here, the $25 a week, you were just buying the Bitcoin yourself. But through the club, this money is put in and invested, and it returns an investment. By the way, it's based on real estate, so there's nothing here that's scammy or anything like that. This is putting it in real estate, so you're actually receiving a return on real estate, on rental to be exact. You're getting rents that come out to, for your share, $4,600 in a year, and that you put into your Bitcoin for this eventual 6 multiple rise, and that becomes 27,600. So you can see here that with just a little bit, with smart moves, you can really multiply your involvement with Bitcoin, even though you're starting late. You didn't get into it yet. You're starting late, and now you're getting into it, or you don't have enough Bitcoin. This is obviously a better way to really get ahead of the game. Now, you combine this with Bitcoin going down and up. You see that down and up I was talking about before. And then you begin to see that, yeah, when you see it go down, you buy. When you see it go up, you start selling. Okay? And then when it goes down again, you buy some more. You see, and you keep that going, you will start multiplying, again, Bitcoin even greater. This is just what you see on your screen. It's just dummy way. The dumb way. It's just you set it, you just do it. It doesn't matter if the price is up or down. But some people have brains. You wait for it to go down, then you make your purchases. You when it goes up a little bit or substantially $100,000, then you sell. When it comes down again, then you buy up, and then you increasing your holding. You don't do it with the whole amount. You do it with a percentage of it, but you keep increasing like that. And in this return of investment, by the way, I should add, in our example is 2020, but this can be actually 2 years, 3 years. And in my program, this is a yearly amount. The 4,600 is yearly. So that comes in every year. So if this is 2 years, if it's 3 years, you have you made twice the amount. If it hits the 50,000, then you've made one whole Bitcoin. That would be 50,000 in your pocket. If you did it three, then it's 1.5. You're talking about $75,000. See, so depending on how you work this Bitcoin investing scenario, you can really multiply the amount of Bitcoin and the gains you receive when it pumps up. So this is the idea. You need to be poised and positioned to gain profits when Bitcoin increases. All right. But if you're just sitting on your butt, you're not doing anything. You're not even putting in $100. If you're not even doing the $25 a week thing, then you're just you're letting life pass you by. Get some excitement. Do something. Okay, so that's the return of investment on one program. Then I have another program. That program, after you do the first program, you can do the second. There's actually three programs. They're similar. That's why they're grouped here. But this is for either one of the programs. It's not for all the programs together. So either one. If you have one of them, then this is the number you will see. If you do two of them or three of them, then you multiply the result here you see on the screen by 2 or by 3. Okay, so the numbers here represent one of the programs. They're similar programs. There's three of them in this grouping, and each one of them can produce what I'm going to show you now. So in this return on investment, again, it's another return of investment. It says here, it says budget invested, and there's a difference here. This is so that you can understand. This is in the amount of money invested into Bitcoin, not the program. So don't look at this. Oh, I'll need 50,000. No, this 50,000 is the money you will receive from any one of the three programs in this category. So these are return of investments. All right. So you don't have to have the 50,000. That's what you're going to get out of it. And this again, you're going to get out of it every 3 years. Sorry, not 3 years. Every year. So every year you're making that amount of money, 50,000, in return of investment programs number 2, 3, or 4. And again, if you have, I'm going to tell you, if you have $50,000 right now, you can do the three programs together at the same time and still have some money left over. So you can get an idea how much money you need, like cash, to get involved in this ROI number 2 to 4. If you do ROI number 1, though, that money can be used to start your ROI number 2. Okay, so this is another way to approach it. You start with the ROI program number 1, and you either do it twice, in other words, two of the programs, number 1, to get at least the $9,200, so that you can do ROI number 2, 3, or 4, right? And then you can have those results from the latter programs. So I know I lost a lot of you with that one, but just simply is you can graduate yourself through each of these programs. After you receive the return of investment, then go and put it into the following programs and increase the amount of return of investment profit that you get and then that profit, in this case $50,000, will be put into Bitcoin under the budget investment. So you understand that's what you're receiving every year. On ROI number one, that's what you're receiving every year, and putting into Bitcoin. The $25 a week that you do yourself, we don't get involved with that. That you can put that in every year into Bitcoin, $1,200. Okay, so this is 4,600 invested into Bitcoin, which is return of investment, not the money you're paying out. It's a return of investment, and the money you're paying out for this is actually $25 a week here. So that's it. It's not no difference. So if you're doing it yourself, you only accumulate 1,200. If you do this with us in the ROI program, then you're getting 4,600. See, so that's your decision making there. Now, for those of you that have a little more money that you can do something with, or those of you who do this for 1 year, or do two of these or three of these, if you can afford $75 a week and do three of these so that you can have 3 times the return of investment, then you do that. All right. The point is that you'll need that at least to do the return of investment programs number 2, 3, or 4, which return the same amount of every year per each one. In this case, we're doing just one of them, and there's only just then $50,000 again invested into a Bitcoin. And then when Bitcoin goes up to 50,000 per Bitcoin, you will have a six-fold increase, and that would equal $300,000 when Bitcoin reaches 50,000. So that's basically what you're looking at. And right now, for 27,000 from Bitcoin going up to 50,000, it's only going to cost you really $25 a week to get involved with that with our program. So that's all you got to look at in terms of how much this is. You can get involved with Bitcoin and how much it will return if and when it gets up to the 50,000 mark. And so again, that is a choice that you make on your own. Now, what I want to talk about as well, now you can also see that if you did the return of investment 2, and you also did number 3, and you did number 4, you would realize 150,000 that you would put into Bitcoin. It goes up by 6 if this scenario happens, that it goes up to 50,000 Bitcoin, and then you have 6 times 100, or 3 times this, which would be 900,000, almost a million. Now you see, you made almost $1 million with Bitcoin just reaching $50,000. So what this teaches you that is that if you want to make $1 million in Bitcoin, if that's the number you're looking for, you don't have to wait for Bitcoin to reach $1 million. You don't need to wait for Bitcoin to reach $1 million. The millionaires aren't waiting. They're making millions every week, every month out of Bitcoin. They're making that money right now. You can be making that money by doing this method of smartly investing your money and getting a return of investment, in this case in real estate. In our program, it's not just any real estate. It's our particular program, the way we have optimized our real estate holdings to pay you richly and greatly, and then you put that into Bitcoin. And when Bitcoin shoots up, that's when you really hit pay dirt, right? So this is what we're talking about. It's just optimized for investing the return of investment into in this case, Bitcoin. Now let's look at some other coins, how they fare. Now, Bitcoin obviously at this point is so costly I mean, you have Bitcoin right now at 9,188 and change or whatnot. So it's very hard for you to start investing. It's also one of the reasons that Bitcoin may delay greatly in getting up to 50,000 or anything like that. And the reason is that it's been holding so long around this insecure area of speculation. I would venture this to include the 7,000 range through to 11, 10,000 right there, even less than 9,000 where it's at. But I could include the 10, 11. It reasonably can go up there without it needing to go further, really. Just because you see Bitcoin go up to 10, 11, don't start saying, oh, it's going to moon, it's going to blast off. No, don't do that, because the guys who tell you that, they're the guys who are going to sell you that. Okay, you get the idea? Oh, this is going to explode. So here, buy more coins, or buy this coin at 10,000 because it's going to. Don't you see that they have to fortify every step? In order for it to go higher, the lowest step has to be strengthened. Oh, this is going to explode. See, now it's going to explode. It's going to keep. You guys fall for hype all the time. So you have to be careful, because again, the guy selling you, somebody think about this. It's going to explode. Buy it now. Who's selling you? Who's selling you the Bitcoin now? Think about that. The guy selling you the Bitcoin is the guy who bought it before at 7,000, 6,000, 5,000. He's kind of getting his money out. So he's selling to you. Now you're getting it at 10, 11. He's making, 100% of his money. Because it's not going to go up higher than that now. It's going to drop. And so when it drops, you lost your $10,000. And now it went down to 6. See that? And now guess who's buying it at 6? The guy who sold it for you at 10. Now he's buying it at 6, 5, as if all the Bitcoin going, everybody, oh, I don't know what happened. It wasn't in the numbers. You don't know what happened. They're buying it up 6, 5, and then it starts going up again. Oh, now we're gonna make some more money, because these guys, they're the short sellers, but these are the ones who are making money. These are the guys making money, so they're going to hype. And you have to be careful with anyone hyping crypto anything, because they're the ones who stand to make money to selling to you, and then it collapses. And then they keep buying more. And then that's the sales game that's going on. So you have to understand that. So it's buying into Bitcoin at this point. It's money intensive, and again, is depending on speculation. There's other coins. I'm later on in my Crypto for Dummy channel. It's new on YouTube. You have to look for it, do a search. There's no videos yet. I'm not yet allowed to do live streaming on there, so this is not going to show up there. But future videos will be there, so sign up, look for that. On that Crypto for Dummies channel, we're going to be doing a lot more of investigating into possible real blockchain and crypto type of applications. Okay, so that what we're looking for are the cheap coins that you can get. And I'm basically going to look at coins that Americans can get, because we have all these YouTubers in other countries, and this coin, black coin, and Americans are really not allowed to get that coin for your own protection. It's a good thing, not a bad thing. So we're going to look at what Americans can get and how to really leverage using our real estate program for your benefit. And another thing I want to mention, those of you who know me, who know my real estate program or heard about it, this, even though I'm mentioning real estate with in relation to Bitcoin, it has nothing to do with my seminar actually. So don't say, "Oh, that's the secret." No, it isn't, because it isn't what I'm doing. This is not Bitcoin. It has nothing to do with what I'll be teaching in our 3-day workshop. So don't, oh, I figured it out. It has to do with Bitcoin crypto. No, it doesn't. You're mistaken on that. This is a different product altogether. So it's a different program. All right. So anyhow, I'm just using the knowledge to help you guys in crypto, but it has nothing to do with the real estate product. It's a different animal altogether. When you take the seminar, you realize, oh, this is totally different. You never mentioned anything about it. Yes. Okay. So anyway, so what we have, it would be good. I mean, I did this test also, the analysis with um, XRP. XRP, like I said, I mean, doesn't matter how many billions of dollars they exchange from country to country, there is no basis for making XRP worth anything. Doesn't have to be worth anything. XRP, really, all XRP is, really, have you ever been to a McDonald's with the play area for the kids? Right? And you see the ball pen. You saw that it's like a pool full of balls, plastic balls. Okay, that's XRP. XRP is just an area of pool balls, might as well be, that are for people on both sides of the pool area, that they can communicate with each other. And this side of the pool area says these are 5 balls, throws the 5 balls into the pool of balls, and on the other side you say, okay, I get the 5 balls from my end, and I turn it into cash. That's all. Why do the plastic balls now at the McDonald's playpen need to be worth $1 million? Based on what? See, so you have to understand that that's all that XRP is. XRP is just a medium. Doesn't there's no accrual of value on the medium. How does it accrue value? Again, what they want to do with XRP, not Ripple, but what people are doing, I personally think the Ripple people are laughing, except that since they hold some XRP, well, they're privately hoping, yeah, it goes up so they can sell off their XRP and make retirement income and be set, So yeah, they would like it to happen, but they know themselves there's no reason for it to happen. They're doing their work, they're building their company, and that's it. There's really no reason for XRP to go up. But if it does, we got a few 100,000 to sell. Okay? Hey, listen, better, right? Who wouldn't like that? That's all. XRP has no reason to rise. The only reason is you guys promoting XRP, and you hear all the time. Yeah, it's gonna go to the moon. It's gonna blast off. More people are using it. So. But again, they're trying to get that same speculative um, preeminency that Bitcoin enjoys, because it was the first. They grabbed the speculation market. Everyone else came in later. And it's really hard for y'all to get the speculative engines going, because Bitcoin is really just dominating the market. It is the elephant in the room. And you guys can make your statements and all that, but everybody looks at the farting and shitting elephant. Yeah, I did say that at the corner, because whenever Bitcoin shits, everybody's gonna look and smells the shit. This the dominating force in the market. I say that so you guys can wake up and smell the coffee or the shit in this case. There's no coffee where you're at. I'll have coffee later, but you guys don't have coffee. You just have shit. Okay, elephant shit at that. All right. So realize that. So that's the issue with XRP, and then the other coins. Just what can be said, But let's look here. I'm sure there's a lot of things. So we'll be looking. I'm not knocking all you guys down, but realize speculation. Bitcoin has it. To see if Bitcoin can lend you some. But for now, Bitcoin has all the speculators. Okay, so that's it. So let's look at this now here. Let's try to get this on everybody's screen. See how successful we can be. And here we go. Not bad. Not bad. Okay, so here we have XRP now for another example. Now with XRP, the good thing about XRP is that the present price is around a quarter. It's really right now today 29 cents, but it has the 25 cent, 24 cent as really the average that it really goes down to. I would even venture to say that that's its present valuation. I look at XRP like quarters, basically. So that's the way I look at XRP. And at least it's a quarter, a coin. So we have to examine that. We have to say, well, there's a chance for you to get a coin, a crypto coin, for just 25 cents each. So, hey, that's something that's doable. Um, then I have the $4 here because what are we using as our basis for speculation? We can really just only use the previous highs, which is what I've been doing in practice. Let's go to XRP here. XRP at 29.5870, as you see. And let me go to the chart and just show you the highest point ever in XRP history was $3.65 on January the 4th, 2018. So that was in last year. The XRP reached a high of $3.65, almost $4. So what I'm saying is that it already hit that. People brought it already for $3.65, almost $4. There's no reason that it cannot do it again. Okay, Bitcoin did its first highs again. Whatever it attained the first time, it hit that and passed it. So XRP, at least what I can say about XRP, at least there's so much talk about it, and in fact it does have a utility as much as the McDonald's playpen plastic balls have. So it does have utility. you know why not $4? I mean, we're not saying 4 million, we're not saying 400,000, right? It's just $4. Why not? So that's all I'm saying in my comments here. And this is the reason I placed it as a target, a target, a target for this examination, this analysis, that it go up to $4 by December 2020. Hey, why not? If Bitcoin again, and this is going by the other thing I should say. Let me say this. Is also this is riding upon the December 2020 date that we put for the Bitcoin example at 50,000, right? So again, if Bitcoin goes up to 50,000, then XRP Usually all the coins go up some, right? When Bitcoin goes up, and that's when Bitcoin goes up a little, the other coins go up a little. So if Bitcoin goes up to 50,000, why can't XRP go to $4? Why can't it? It makes no sense that Bitcoin goes up and XRP doesn't, because there's already the people in XRP are speculative, right? Because they're not reasoning like I am, that it doesn't matter if XRP is a nickel or a quarter or a penny. It will still function the way it's supposed to function. There's no need for it to be anything other than that. They're not thinking that. They're thinking, wait a minute, Bitcoin's going up. XRP should be going up. So it should go up. It's going to cost more. It's going to go up. Let me buy some more, even at a higher price. So they're going to start buying it themselves at a higher price, which will start the thing going to try to get up with Bitcoin going up as well. A lot of that stuff happens with the people already in the community. It's not like Bitcoin is going to go up in price and then new people are going to go to XRP to buy. That doesn't make any sense. When XRP or any of the altcoins go up, it's really because the same people in the community say, wait, this is going to go up. I'm going to put more money in it now. Bitcoin's going up. I'm going to put more money in XRP. So that, it has to go up. Even I would reason that it got to go up too. So why not spend more money on a higher priced coin, knowing that it got to go up because Bitcoin went up? So and then that starts the excitement, and then that has a domino effect, and people start saying, "Oh, the price is going up." And then outside people say, "Wait a minute, XRP is now 32. Now it's 35. Now it's 40. Now it's 50. Holy shit! Let me get into that." Until you get that, holy shit, let me get into that market, and that starts going its own self crazy until it hits about the $4. Once it hits the $4, then people start looking. Wait a minute. It hit 365 before, then it went crashing down. So let's hold up, whoa. Then the brakes start coming in. So that's what'll happen with XRP eventually when Bitcoin starts going up. Because like I said, there's no reason for XRP to go up, in my opinion, unless Bitcoin is going through the roof. And XRP will go up like other cryptocurrencies as well, for the reason that the people in its community who already bought into it and believe in it, they will expect more increases as Bitcoin goes up, and they will flush more cash into it. And that action itself will create excitement in the open market. And people say, oh, this is taking off. This is taking off. I'm going to put money to get right that time. Because you have are crypto surfers. I don't know if that's a thing anyone else has said. If not, I claim it. That's my word. So I claim the credit for it. So if you see it around, I said it first. All right? And that's that. This is October 31st, 2019. So anyone claiming crypto surfing later, they are copying from me, or the fact is they're not the first. I said it first. Okay? So that's that with that. So they'll be surfing the wave. They'll be taking the wave, and they'll be coming in. So that's the way that works. That's how it's going to work for all the other cryptos. All right. The only thing that would make it different is if one of the cryptos actually was based on something that creates a new technology that's going to bring in teleportation. We don't need any more airplanes. We can walk into a machine and we can appear in any place on the planet we want to. And that technology, whatever coin is attached to that coin is going to go to $1 million very easily. So when you find that coin, let me know. I'm looking for it. I personally think it's Digibite, which is why I have it here. It's my opinion. And it's a coin that I'm going to be focusing on for users of our basic program for getting involved and getting their finances together. The Digibyte is something to be looking at, in my opinion, to because of its enhancement on the Bitcoin basis and Bitcoin blockchain. So we're going to look at that more later on. Whatever other people's opinions are, the bottom line is whatever is bigger, whatever is faster, not bigger, faster and better is going to win out in terms of the blockchain. Okay, so the fact that Bitcoin is the first doesn't mean anything. It could be chunky, it could be clunky. If there's a faster, better blockchain, then teleportation needs a faster, better blockchain. Period. All right, so forget it, that Bitcoin is first. All Bitcoin has, again, like I said, is speculation. So then here we go. So and with XRP, so having that, um, we measured the amount of multiples there are between the present price or the average price of it at a quarter and its supposed or proposed next high reasonably, and which was at $4, which will make the multiple 16. So purchasing $1,000 worth of 25 cents, because you can see, look at it. I mean, you can afford that. It's something that you can do. So even at that amount, if when XRP goes up to the $4, you're looking at from the $1,000 investment to $16,000, assuming you sell all the coins, right? So that's 16,000. Again, we have the same case scenario I was talking to you about before. You can do better things with $1,000 and enjoy the return of investment, and that return of investment then you can put in so you can get better results. We did the same as above. So everything repeats for the ones above. The $25 a week that you do it yourself will produce a $19,200 in this scenario. Doing our first return of investment program would garner you $73,600 with XRP only going to $4 again. Again, this is just costing you how much? Was $25 a week. Remember that? With this amount is the only thing we're talking about here. $25 a week here. It's $25 a week, but this is our program, right? This is a return of investment in our program. Okay, so that's 4,600, 73,600 in such an event. And then here, another return of investment. 3 types of programs that we have for this level, 2 through 4. And each one of those will produce for you $50,000. You buy XRP with it. And then when XRP just goes up just to $4, because Bitcoin's going up like mad, you are looking at $800,000 with this. With Bitcoin, you only was looking at, and that's per program. So if you do 2 programs, you're already at the $1 million mark. $1 million, 600,000. If you do 3 of them, you're looking at $2,400,000 with XRP going just to $4. How about if it just goes to $2? Then you made 1 million using this example. So it's like I said, you don't have to wait for Bitcoin to become $1 million for you to be a millionaire. You can be a millionaire by leveraging your investment budget and then leveraging as you go along and developing a portfolio that will garner you great amounts of income when these coins pop. So you can still get in now and be looking at $1 million lifestyle later by doing the smart things today. That's what you can do. And to finish off, we have Digibyte. Digibyte offers the same type of opportunity. Again, I lowered it here. I don't know why I lowered it to the $100. I guess it's just 12 cents using a price. I'm sorry, using a price of the present price of 0.007240. It's not even a penny. That's what Digibyte is right now. It is faster and better than Bitcoin blockchain. Okay, so we're not getting involved with that yet. Just Bitcoin goes up. This is all just Bitcoin going up. Okay, I still believe, I'm going to do more research on that, but I do believe that if the blockchain becomes teleportation among other things in the future, and Digibyte is indeed, if it is indeed a faster and better blockchain technology, then this one gets that teleportation realization, right? So then this one will be the one to go with reason, no speculation. It's just the fact that this is it. This is the entry to modern technology. Boom, wipes Bitcoin right off the map, right? So outside of the speculation, what? I can't believe it. Can't be that we were outdone by this little thing here. It will happen. It can happen. So I'm not saying that you put your money here. Remember, I'm not giving you financial advice. I'm just saying. I'm trying to teach you the realities of this crypto world and what is potentially what is possible, what it has potential of doing, and why in either case you have to leverage. Leveraging is always good. And I'll give you a final reason why leveraging is always good. And after this, after I read off these numbers to you, at Digibyte, doing Digibyte, which is 0.007, there's a lot of other coins you can do this with, again, because we're only looking at Bitcoin shooting way up and then everybody else follows, right? And all we're looking at it to rise to 12 pennies. 12 pennies a coin. That's it. 12 pennies. Who can afford that? Who cannot afford 12 pennies? It goes up just to 12 pennies. And with that, it's 16 times increased. It's the same numbers you see here. Again, the $25 a week program, I'm sorry, doing it yourself, you'll end up with $19,200 when that explosion happens. If you do it without program, you're looking at $73,600. That's our return of investment program. And if you follow that up, or just go in right headstrong right now with our ROI 2 programs 2 through 4, you're looking at $800,000 in the eventuality of a Bitcoin a mega explosion, just up to $50,000. That's it. Okay. Alrighty. That's what you're talking about. That's all we're talking about. Alrighty. So that's the reality of things. If Bitcoin goes up, all the cryptos are going to go up more or less. And you saw here that to make $800,000 and above, because if you had 2 of the programs or 3 of the programs, you would have made $1,600,000 or make $2,400,000, $2,400,000 on a coin that at the time that you sell it, it's just 12 cents. Okay, so you have to think. I'm sorry, are you guys? I'm sorry about that. You guys I dropped you guys out. Like what I was saying is that you have to realize that it's a program. Even with that digibyte example, point 12 cents, it's just 12 cents. And with using the last three of the return of investment program, you're able to walk away with $2.4 million selling a coin that at that time, very reasonably, it only costs you, or it's you're selling it for 12 cents. Right now it costs you less than a penny, 0.00724. This is what's called, this the power of leveraging. And this is, if you're not into crypto yet, and even if you are, this is what you need to be doing. Because if you're not doing this, you're wasting time. Like I said, this money I can make with fiat. I mean, I'm running the programs. I know what to do with real estate and other things. I know what to do to create this income. So again, if you're sitting around, if you relegated yourself to needing the crypto space to realize maybe $1 million payday one day, you're just using crypto, you're really wasting time and money. And on top of that, you're risking it, which is how I'm going to close this show right now. I'm going to show you something. Because in all of the examples that I just finished showing you, even if Bitcoin collapsed, crypto became illegal, criminal. No one could engage in it. Everything got shut down, which is, people say that's impossible. Even if it was killed off completely using my program, you're still making, if you were doing the $4,600 a year, you still get $4,600 a year. While the crypto guys who only did crypto got zip. They're doing nothing. They lost their money. They got nothing to show for it. But you're still going to the bank every year. And if you're doing the return of investments 2 through 4, even if crypto went out and got destroyed and stopped completely, every coin went down to the garbage completely, you're still making $50,000 a year on each of the programs, whichever one you want to do, of program 2, 3, or 4. So you can still be making $50 to $100 to $150,000 a year in my program, which is based on real estate, secured in real estate. It's not going anywhere. So what is the smarter move? You got to be smart, or you lose your shirt and everything else. So that's all for today. I'm not going to give you any links to do anything right now. I'm not selling you something right now. I'm just telling you. Just keep watching the channel, connect to me, follow, subscribe, whatever it is. In a future broadcast, I'm going to give you certain links to go watch a video, sign up, get started. Right now, nothing. Right now is wake up and smell the coffee and realize that you can do way better with getting involved in my program and leveraging. And no matter what happens in crypto, you'll be better off. You'll be better off because you'll have more money. You'll be a millionaire when Bitcoin gets up to $50,000, you will be a millionaire in my program. A Bitcoin millionaire, because you would have already made millions of dollars in Bitcoin. When everyone else is, oh, it's 50,000. My Bitcoin, my one little Bitcoin is worth $50,000. You will already be in the multi-million dollar lane, living $1 million lifestyle. So that's the difference. So you want to wait for Bitcoin to reach 1 million, or you want to make 1 million when Bitcoin hits 50,000. You decide. But if Bitcoin goes down to zero, you will still be making $50,000 a year in my program. So you can take that to the bank. Okay, chat's not working. If someone's trying to chat, I'm just getting message that it's not loading. It's not working right. The restream has been having issues all week long with the chat, so it's not coming through. But in any case, follow. Look for Crypto for Dummies. There's nothing on the channel yet. I'm still waiting for approval for live streaming so I can start putting these streams on there. Once that is approved in 24 hours, I will start giving you more information about my analysis here, and also how you can sign up for it and whatnot and get yourself started. Okay, this is to get going now, because there is potential for Bitcoin to go up after a dip. It's going to dive. You heard it here. I said, right? It's going to dive, but it's going to go up. And these guys, these boogers, I know they're going to want to make their millions of dollars, the millionaires, because it's not the small guys. Small guys are still hoping for it to go up. But remember, the millionaires already, they're making millions of dollars. They made $1 million already this past week. Okay, when it went down to 7, then goes up to that 9, they made $1 million. I show you how that was done. They're happy making this money, so they're going to try to keep doing that and keep milking Bitcoin and milking all of y'all in your speculative cow mode that you're in. But you got to act smart, be smart, and do something that's going to be more profitable for you. Look for us on the new channel, because I'll be moving the crypto channel to the Crypto for Dummies and taking it off of the Global My CBH network, which is on now. And that'll be the new channel for crypto stuff. Okay, so take a look of it. Subscribe, follow these broadcasts, and join us in our program. How can you lose? You can only do better than not doing it with us, as we showed you before. So that's it. You want to sit around on your hands and on your butt until Bitcoin makes $1 million, then that's you. I mean, again, that's up to you. Bitcoin, when in our lifetime, it should go up to 50,000, and you should be a millionaire when it does. That's all I'm saying. Take care and be well. Thank you for watching.